started. Mr. Deputy Chairman, I read the speech of the Honorable Railway Minister with very great interest, and I fully associate myself with the sentiments expressed by Dr. Kunjru that the speech makes us very happy. The railways, being our premier national undertaking, have had to shoulder many onerous and heavy responsibilities during the last 60 years of planning and development, and it must be said to the credit of the railways that they have acquitted themselves very creditably. The Honorable Railway Minister has referred to many things in his speech, and the credit goes to the Railway Administration for such achievements. I need not narrate those achievements here because they have been referred to by many honorable members of this House, and they are found in the Railway Minister's speech also. Those of us here who have been lucky to visit the various installations and workshops as members of the Public Accounts Committee or the other committees can bear witness to the great progress that is being made all round towards saving foreign exchange and making the Railway Ministry a model for other ministries to emulate. His speech is a frank assessment of achievements and omissions, and the Honorable Railway Minister deserves to be congratulated for not having hidden the drawbacks that have come to his notice. Apart from the achievements, there are many things which have been pointed out by some honorable members of the opposition on this side, which according to them leave much to be desired and have to be coped with. The Honorable Minister himself has stated in his speech that much leeway has to be made. He himself has said that the evil of ticketless travel has not shown any appreciable decline. This is a very big department with its ramifications far and wide, and it is beyond human control that such evils can be minimized outright. But I hope that efforts will be continued to be made to keep the evil of ticketless travel under check, which of course is a very difficult task. Similarly, the administration admits that the loss of railway property is causing serious concern. With these general remarks, I would now like to come to some specific points. One of the important points which has been criticized by this House is in regard to the declaration of the Railway Minister that there will be no revision of passenger fares. But two minor adjustments have been made in this bill. One is that the special surcharge at present levied has been raised slightly, and the other is that the minimum distance charged for coal has been altered slightly. With regard to the first item, very small revenue is being expected, which is of the order of about rupees 50 lakhs per annum, while in regard to the second item regarding coal, even a figure has not been given because it is stated to be a very small item. Beyond this year no change has been made in regard to freight rates as well as passenger fares. There have been many comments on this point, and some of my friends on this side attributed it to this being probably the budget speech in the year. before the election. I am sure Sri Jagjeevan Ram will not put the interest of the party above the country, and he must have had very cogent reasons for not enhancing the fares and freight rates. We will be very pleased indeed to know his point of view as to what he has to say in the matter. But we know very well that already taxes in the country are very heavy all round. This view might be behind the mind of the Honorable Minister to decide that this year the fares and freight rates should not be raised. But all the same, we will be interested to know his point of view. We do hope that his example will be followed by the Honorable Finance Minister also when he presents his budget before long, and the country will indeed be very grateful to him, as the travelling public is grateful to the Honorable Railway Minister for his budget proposals this year. Sir, I come to the question of railway finances. The Railway Minister himself has made such a nice case in regard to the raising of fares and freight rates. Therefore, it is all the more surprising that on the one hand, he makes a very strong case for raising the fares and the freight rates, and on the other, he has not taken this step at all. But looked at purely from a financial angle, the finances of the railways make a little unhappy revelation. These points have been discussed in detail by many of the honorable members of this House, and I need not go into them, but I will refer to them only in a brief way. We will shortly be entering into the 11th 5-year plan. A large amount will be earmarked for the railways during the 11th plan. Mr. Deputy Chairman, sir, we are discussing the budget for the year 2002-3, which is the first year of the 10th 5-year plan, and therefore it is appropriate that the Finance Minister has given a bird's eye view of what has been achieved during the first 9 plans. The economic review also gives a comprehensive view of our achievements as well as of certain shortcomings here and there. I would therefore congratulate the Finance Minister and his ministry for placing before us a realistic picture as has emerged during the last 50 years, and the approach which the Finance Minister thinks we should adopt towards the 10th 5-year plan. This is not an ordinary budget for 1 year or for 2 years. This budget should be looked at from the point of view of the beginning of our next journey towards the 10th 5-year plan. The Finance Minister has been bold because there is nothing secret about the budget in the plan period. The 10th plan, as it has been presented in the draft form, is before the people. There it has been envisaged that in order to see the plan through, about rupees 17,000 crores would have to be raised in the country, both at the state and at the central level. ये 1060 वर्ड है और 228 और 229 से डिक्टेट किया गया है आपको। ये स्पीड 100 की है, फुल स्टॉप वगैरह गैप दिया गया है। नेक्स्ट कंटेंट लिखेंगे आप। स्टार्ट इट। सर, I wholeheartedly welcome the Union Budget for 2012-13 introduced by our Finance Minister. This budget is not just a riddle of figures. This budget is framed keeping in view the economic crisis which is threatening the country. It has covered a wide range and all the problems were kept in mind while framing it. We should all realize and remember one thing, that when this government came to power, the economic condition of the country was very bad. Taking into consideration the resources at our disposal, planning the allocation of funds is not an easy job. It will not be an exaggeration if I say that it was a Herculean task for our finance minister. If we think unbiasedly, each one of us will support this budget. Sir, we all know that 80% of our population lives in villages. Social and economic conditions of these villages should be improved. The farmer, whom we consider the backbone of our country, should be helped to come up economically and socially. This country should become self-sufficient as far as production of food grains is concerned. I am sorry to say that the allocation of funds to promote better agricultural production is not sufficient. As compared to the 2011-12 budget, the funds allocated for rural development are less. Rural population depends on agriculture, cottage and small scale industries. So, it is necessary that we encourage cottage and small scale industries and also help the poor farmers. Sir, the NRI funds are utilized only for industrial sector. If they can be invested in some irrigation projects also, it will prove to be a boon to the farmer and it will help him produce more food grains, making the country self-sufficient in this area. It will also promote employment opportunities for many. Sir, in Andhra Pradesh for the last 15 years, not a single irrigation project has seen the light of the day. In this context, I would like to especially mention the proposed irrigation project which was conceived as a multi-purpose project to provide irrigation, drinking water, navigation and power. The estimated cost of this project in 1992 was rupees 1675 crores, which has now gone up to rupees 3000 crores. This project should be taken up as a national project. Sir, the farmer needs more assistance and help from the government. More subsidies should be provided for fertilizers, seeds, etc., so that the farmer can become self-sufficient and produce more. Backward and remote villages should be identified and funds should be allocated for their upliftment. There was a proposal for an aluminium project in Visakhapatnam. Sir, if started, it could create employment for at least 10,000 people. Through you, sir, I request the government to consider favorably the setting up of this project. Sir, I am happy that the price of gold has come down in the market. But then the prices of essential commodities are increasing day by day, affecting the common man. We should try to control this price hike. The government has introduced public distribution system in 1700 blocks of our country and has been laying great emphasis on its proper implementation. This is an appreciable step. Sir, whether it is MGR or NTR, whoever may be in power should see that basic requirements of every individual are met fully. Rice and sugar are not the only needs of the common man. Food, clothing and shelter should be provided to the common man. If more funds are required to fulfill this, the government should make a provision for it. We should improve the condition of those who are living below the poverty line. Our aim is the betterment of the poor. So, more funds should be allocated for this purpose. Rural industries should be developed. The employment schemes should not remain on paper alone. Think of the khadi industry. The handloom weavers are committing suicide for lack of any source of livelihood. It is really a tragedy. Something should be done about this. Once there was a great demand for handloom cloth, but now people are crazy for the imported materials. The center and the state governments should do their best to encourage khadi industry and, if need be, should not hesitate even to give financial assistance. Subsidies should be given to them and marketing should be done through Janta distribution system. Both khadi industry and agriculture are important for the rural population. So, if these are encouraged and proper irrigation facilities are provided, the unemployment problem will be solved to a great extent. Sir, government has taken steps to convert 6,000 kilometers of railway lines from meter gauge to broad gauge. This will solve the problem permanently and alongside create more employment opportunities. Such steps are encouraging. More rural development schemes should be introduced and funds should be allocated therefore. Otherwise, poverty will increase and the rich will be the beneficiaries. ये 80 की स्पीड पे 840 वर्ड बोले गए हैं, फुल स्टॉप का प्रॉपर गैप दिया गया है। आप इस डिक्टेशन को बेस्ट लिख सकते हो, दोनों डिक्टेशन से जो भी अच्छी लिखी है वो टाइप करेंगे। 397 इसका नंबर है। थैंक यू एवरीबॉडी।